Hi and welcome to my Blender to Unity Bomberman tutorial. In this piece we'll begin the fun task of unwrapping our Bomberman. Sorry, let's get started. Hi and thanks for coming back. So in the last tutorial what we did was we modelled out our Bomberman here, and I'm pleased to say he looks pretty good. I must go back to some of the comments I've already received. Thank you so much, guys, for commenting so very quickly after me releasing this stuff. You know, I'm getting some really good feedback. Mega Audio Sonic, it's funny how surprised you sound about the fact that it actually looks good. And yeah, I think you're right. It did kind of surprise me as well. I highly recommend actually having a crack at this Bomberman model as a real starter if you're starting out in Blender or modelling or whatever, because it really is actually quite a very simple model to model, character to model. So I think texturing it should be an absolute doddle. So we've got a doddle to model. So let's crack on. Now the one thing I realised was that this guy is missing. Where's my background images? There we go. I haven't clicked that. There we go. He's missing a belt, so I haven't put a belt on him, which was a bit foolish. I also noticed if I go over to here, sometimes on this picture here, for instance, on DeviantArt, let me just hide that now. Those are the comments you sent to me. He's got a little bracelet on. Now, I like that. I like that a lot. He doesn't always have it. In fact, in the pictures we've been doing so far, he hasn't got it. You can see he's got one there, look. So it's a design choice. There's one there. I'm going to go with it because I think it'll add a little bit of extra interest to the character. He hasn't got a lot going on for him right now, and we are in the 21st century. So let's add some of that as well. So let's start with the belt. If we just select the body, and we'll tab into edit mode. And I think what we're going to need to do is we're just going to press Control R, and then pick a point at about there. So you've got the belt on this PC. I know that this looks nothing really like our reference image now, but it gives us a rough idea, doesn't it, of how things should look here. So now what we can do is just Control Tab 3 to go into face select mode, Alt right click to select those ones, and then we'll press E and right click to cancel, and then Alt S to scale out. Okay, hang on, let's just cancel that, press Z so we can see what we're doing now. Alt S. Pull out. Okay, this isn't going to look great to start with because I think, yeah, we need to put on the auto smooth here. So you click on the little vertices there, click auto smooth, and you can see that's pretty good. Well, just to be absolutely sure, let's go into edge select. We'll just select those edges there, do Control E, mark sharp. Okay, and that should make it very clear that that is a belt. Okay, now I think it doesn't look quite right. I think the reason for tabbing in, Control Tab 2, is if I just select this edge here and just do GG and pull that up a touch, and do the bottom inside one, Alt right click GG and pull that down a touch. Okay, and that's our belt. Now we could, I guess, model this piece coming out here. I'm tempted, given that he's not going to be hugely large in our game, just to paint that in. We could have a quick go, I suppose. In fact, what we could probably just do is just very simply add a little cube in there. So let's do that. Let's do that, shall we? So if we just do select that edge there and do Shift S, cursor to selected, and then we'll just do Shift A, cube, and obviously we're going to need to scale that right down. Okay, and then we're going to go to side view. We're going to scale it on the Y so it's nice and thin. Okay, just grab it on the Y. And what we'll do, Control Tab 3, we'll just remove that back face there. Okay, and while I'm at it, I'm gonna add the seams to it because I just know that's gonna bother me later on. Control E, mark seam. Okay, and now let's get it into position. We might want to make it a little bit bigger, right? Let's just click on there and just grab it on the Y now. Okay, and then we'll just position it in. So what I'll do now is if I just before we actually start positioning it and rotating it, we'll scale it on the X. Let's do the whole thing actually. L, isn't it? L to select all of these. That's it. Let's scale it on the Y, on the X, excuse me, to make it a little bit wider. Okay. I think. See on there, here's one. He's really large. Let's have a quick look at our reference image here. Yeah, it's pretty large, isn't it? So let's scale it on the X a bit more. There. Yeah. Pretty big. We can fiddle with this. I'm playing around a bit too much, and then we'll just in here we'll click on the main front face, press I to bring it in, and then we'll E to bring it in like that. Okay, how are we looking here? Pretty reasonable. What I sometimes like to do is just scale that in just so you can see it, and sometimes you have to scale it on the Z as well just to kind of even it out. A bit annoying, but there we go. Okay, that's alright, isn't it? That's pretty good looking. Now, the only one thing is, I think, is that you can't just stick it on. We're going to have to bend it around. So we'll have to just add a couple of lines like that. And I think, annoyingly, we'll have to right click it, scale X0 to straighten it out. And same thing, scale X0 there. Okay, and now I hope what we can do, Control Tab 3, if we just grab that, alt right click there and just grab it on the Y and pull that out. Doesn't have to be exact. And now if we just press L, GY, start bringing that in like so, and then we'll rotate it. And let's just press Z to see what we're doing here. Just going to grab this and then rotate it. It's pretty close, isn't it? Okay, how are we looking? Not great. So what we need to do, I think, is just bring it back. So then maybe just see, that looks like the right height to me. I think we probably just need to go just go back to what we were doing, and then just Control Tab 2, and then just grab those ones there and just grab them and pull them in until they go all the way in like that. Keep going. Okay, how's that? I'm going with it. It's not perfect. There's a couple more things I think we should add, and we'll do that in a second. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Like I say, you're never going to see this, are you? I might just actually, what I might just do, Control Tab 3, is just grab these edges here. In fact, I'll do the whole thing. L, and then we'll face this smooth, and then we're going to need to start making the edges sharp. Okay, Control Tab 2, so we'll just be a bit annoying this, but we'll do it. There we go, it's being kind. Oh, yeah, in fact, that one, and that one. Oh, excuse me, that one. Yeah, alright. That one and that one. And yes, you all the way around. You and you. Control E, mark sharp. Don't think I've missed any. I'll tell you what, I don't actually. Hang on. No, I'm going to keep it as is. So maybe we should make it as wide as those 2 points there. Right, bear with me, people. What I'm going to do, if I just show you that again, if I make it as wide as that belt belly here, it means I can actually remove that back face here. So these ones. I'll do X faces, and then what I'll try and do, this is going to work a little bit of time, but let's just go with it. 1 SX and bring it right out there like that. Oh, it didn't take as long as I thought. There we go. And now it looks a little bit long, doesn't it? So let's just grab that piece there and just grab it. Just, what am I missing? I'm missing the inside ones. Let's do those as well. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I was hoping to keep those where they were. Z. Grab those and pull those in like so. Something like that. How's that? Oh, it's good enough, guys. It's good enough. I can see that I might need to make some changes to it. Edge, just grab those ones there. Let's bring it in. Z. Grab and pull that in there. So it's hidden behind there. Yeah, it's going. So now that belt piece there is actually this belt bit here. Okay, so we can colour that in and not use extroverts. Alright? Extroverts. That's good. Alright, we took too long on that belt buckle, didn't we? Okay, and now, yeah, we're going to go with it though. Now what we'll do is we'll go into the arm. We'll add a couple of edge loops like so. I'm going to just grab that one. Oh, excuse me. Just pull that down a touch. Control Tab 3. E, right click. Or S. Scale out. I noticed this went a bit wrong last time. Yeah, can you see? It's actually not pulled them out even. Let's just do that again. Let's just make sure we're set to the medium point, which we are. We'll scale that out. Fine. And now if we just Control Tab 2, just grab that edge there, GG, pull it in. Grab that edge, GG, pull it in. It looks as though we're going to have to do auto smooth. Control Tab 2, just grab those two, that one and that one. So the whole thing. Do faces smooth, edges smooth. I noticed this last time that these guys did not stay smooth. I don't quite know why. Control Tab 3. Faces smooth. Smoothing up. Right, hang on. Maybe I just need to, once I've done these, it'll work itself out. Let's do that. Control E, mark sharp. It has not worked itself out. Let's just change that angle to 60. That's the problem. There we go. That's fixed it. Okay, so we've got ourselves a bracelet. What do you call them? Bracelet? Buckle? Belt? I don't know. Not buckle. You don't call it that, would you? We'll call it a bracelet for now. Very, very good. Right, that's our man done. So apologies, a couple of extra bits. Let's just save it. Okay, and we'll begin the painful task of unwrapping it. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add all the pieces and join them all together to make one object. I think that's a good thing to do. I know we've got them here, so I might just save this, and what I'll probably do is do another one. Do file save as. No. Now, what I think I'll do is what I was going to suggest was that I copy all the pieces and then move them to another layer, but that would create a double effect. So what we'll do, let's just create it as let's save it as a Bomberman Model 2, okay? Which is slightly annoying because now it makes me think I should call the other one 01. So we'll call this 02. Okay, so we'll save as Blender file, and that way we can always go back to it if things are going badly wrong. So let's just add these pieces now. What we should make sure we should do is just go to the modifiers and just apply any mirrors that we've got. Okay, just checking these guys out. You can see there's quite a few. Let's just go through. What's this sphere here? Oh, that's the feet. Look, we haven't renamed it. Feet. Okay, so just apply the mirror. Arms done. Legs. Body doesn't have a mirror. Feet, we just did. Hands, head, and legs are all applied. So now what we can do is if we just start selecting these, and we've got the bobble back here. I think that's everything, isn't it? It looks like it. And we'll just do Control J. That joins them all up. Calls it the last object. Now it's interesting that it looks as though we need to go to here and do Auto Smooth, which I hope sorts everything out. It does, but we need to change it to something like 60 degrees. We said that, didn't we? There we go. It tidies that up. Okay, we're there. So we'll just rename that Bomberman. Bomberman. All right. Okay. So although this is one model now, they are still separate meshes, if you like. So we can take this quite straightforward. So what I'll do, I think, is if I just tab on here, press L. I realised, by the way, I've made a mistake here. When I did my subdivision surface, the view was one. I was looking at it as in one subdivision, but the render was actually two. So when I applied it, it's used it a little bit more than I intended. So this could be a little heavy on the polys. I'd imagine if you were in a development studio, they'd say you used too many. Maybe. Depends what your platform you're using, but now you're kind of ruling out Android and iPhone devices. Maybe. It's a bit of a guess. Up to you. By all means, go back and just change that to one view. You might have to quite a few steps back now, but there we go. Right, so we've got our thing here. So what was I going to do? Yes, I was going to start thinking about, let's do Shift H to isolate it. I'm going to do Control Tab 1. I'm going to get rid of that edge, that vertices there, because that's never going to be seen. In fact, let's just take a look. LZ. Yeah, we can also do those ones, can't we? X vertices. Now if I go to Z now, yes, that's just appearing. I'm going to chance that. The other option, of course, is that I just go into here and just scale it out a bit so that it covers the whole face, but I don't know, maybe just scale it out a touch just to give me some breathing room. Yeah, that's pretty much covered it, hasn't it? Right, so now I can go back to here, L, Shift H. Okay, so we've isolated this. So now here we go. The slightly painful process of unwrapping. Let's bring out another window by dragging that across from the bottom left, clicking here and doing a UV image editor. Alright, we won't create any actual images yet, but we can just see what the unwrap's going to look like. So we'll do Alt, and then Alt right click and Alt Shift right click to select those ones, Control E, mark seam, and what I'll do, I think now I've got to get this right. Under this one, I think. No, it's this one. So if I do L, let's try normal material seam. There we go. So seam. If you click on seam, you see it just selects that area there. Now I'll just do U unwrap. That looks pretty clean. Let's just press N over here and do stretch, and we can have a look. That looks like it's unwrapped very cleanly indeed. Now I was tempted to make that very straight, but I think on balance I'll just leave it as it is. The reason I was going to make it straight was so that I could easily add pictures, symbols, or whatever I wanted to add to it without having to distort them. But I think I'm going to go with the way it is right now and see what happens. So let's just hide that. Hang on a minute. No, L. Now am I missing something? Control tab 3, that's fine. Now to hide that. There we go, there we go. We don't want to hide these ones because we haven't unwrapped them yet. So Control tab 2. Again, I think what I'll do here is just put seams around these corner pieces here. And then Control E, mark seam. And if I just Control tab 3, L, 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 U, unwrap, we're in pretty good shape, right? I've just realised I made a big mistake. I've just realised I've made a big mistake. The legs could have used the same. Could have used this, the legs and arms and these things here could have used the same UV space. Let's come back to that. We'll do that in a second. So that looks okay to me. So again, we can hide that. Okay. Now, if I just do L now, then U, it is sphere projection. It's gone completely wrong. Okay. U. Cylinder, I don't think it's okay. So nothing's going to work here. So we need to create some form of seam. So I think what I'll do is I'll just keep things simple. I'll just grab that, and then we'll go somewhere about there. There. Yeah, why not? There. And then what I'll do, I think, let's just try. I'm just guessing a little bit here. Bear with me, people, because I'm playing around. This can sometimes be a bit tedious. Control E, mark seam. Okay, now if I do A, no, not A. Let's have to do normal. There we go. And just do Shift H to isolate that. Now I can do A, U, unwrap. How's that looking? That's much better. There we go. That's worked nicely. You can see that there, right? In fact, I don't think I need those lines there now. Let's just try this. Control E, clear seam. U, unwrap. Oh yeah, look, I'm missing a bit there. Control E, mark seam. Come on, be kind to me. U, unwrap. It's got a little bit of stretching, hasn't it? That makes me think that maybe I should just put this. Oh, Control Z. Just do this bit separately. Why not? Control E, mark seam. I'm happy. I'm happy. We're doing it. We're doing it, people. I'm going to do Alt H, bring everything back. Press L on this piece, L on that piece, and then do Shift H again. Okay. Again, we could remove this bottom bit because in theory we'll never be looking at our Bomberman from anything other than above, but maybe we'll want to do some sort of what do they call those things where they stick them on a little plaque and then spin them round. So let's just keep that as it is for now. Let's just quickly try a very, very simple, maybe looking at the back of him. Control E, mark seam there. Okay, and let's just do U, unwrap. A, U, unwrap. Okay, you can see that hasn't worked very well. A couple of things obviously we can do because we've got our belt here which is going to be a different colour anyway. Let's just do that. Control E, mark seam. U, unwrap. And that's looking much better, isn't it? These pieces here are a bit funky. That's alright. Everything looks good. We haven't unwrapped this fully yet, although having said that, looking in pretty good shape. So what we'll do is we'll just select that. Control E, mark seam. And then I think let's just see how that looks. U, unwrap. Pretty close, isn't it? Pretty close to what we're after, and that's good as well. Good. So we've done the head and the body. Alt H to bring everything back. Right, and here's the mistake I've made. So we'll do L, L, Shift H. Those are the arms. Okay, this should be straightforward. I'm hoping. Okay, if we just go to the underside of the arms there, and we'll do the same thing. Let's just do that for a second. Control E, mark seam. One of them's going to look dodgy. That looks alright to me, but we know we haven't done the other arm, don't we? So let's just quickly do that. Which seam did I put it on? It's just shift space sometimes just to get the right. So it's that one. Control E, mark seam, okay? And now if we do shift space again to bring it up, A, U, unwrap, you can see that these things are the same. So what we can do is we press L, I guess rotate 180, and then we're going to grab this and put it into the same position. Okay, we'll do shift space here just to get everything. Okay, get it as close as you can. This wouldn't have happened if I'd unwrapped this before I mirrored it. And if I just do that again, just select one of the. In fact, what you can do is do border select a few of it, and then press Control L, and that will select all selected pieces. And press W. There we go. Remove doubles UV, and that's actually what that's done. It's actually created two pieces there. Can you see that? Okay, so we can do the same here. L, G. So we have to rotate it 180. I'm going to grab that, put it into position, close as you dare. Okay, B, grab that, Control L, W, remove UVs. Finally, L, I'm assuming I've got to wrap that 180 as well, have I? Not this time. Some things it does, some things it doesn't. Okay, and then Control Control L, W, remove doubles UV. Now we're going to have a bit of a problem with this later. Just grab that, Just pushing these over here, A, B, grab that, and we're just going to pin those, okay? Because when we come to resize it, it'll actually just move them all back again. Okay, shift space and then Alt H. So we've done the head. We haven't done the bobbles yet, have we? If you want to call them that. Okay, so let's just do those again. Same rules apply. L, L, Shift H. Okay, let's try that one. I can't quite see Shift H here. See which one we're doing here. I think it's that one, is it? Oh, blast! It's hard to tell, isn't it, from this angle. 7 top view. Yeah, that'll do it. That one and that one. Control E, mark seam. A, U, unwrap. No. A, U. Oh, A, U, unwrap. Hasn't done it so far. Okay. I mean, we could do all sorts here. Those hands aren't going to change colours, are they? Let's just do it on the other side as well, just to make life easy for ourselves. That one. Oh. Oh, come on. Control E, mark seam. Do you know what, guys? It doesn't really matter. We can just rotate. We can just. It's good enough. It's not perfect, but these are quite small. But they're only going to be one colour. At least they are for now. That's not the same piece, is it? Okay. This looks like it could be it. Or not. Okay, so that only leaves that one up there. Have I been unlucky? I have, because that's the one it is. Look, blast it. Get them quite close. It's interesting. It's not quite fitting, is it? Okay. L, rotate, grab. I would have expected those to be the same size, but they're not. Those ones are behaving themselves. Just do that. Control L, W, UVs, and same here. L, come on, grab. Just tweaking it in. Okay. Control L, W, straighten UVs. Right. Okay. And then let's just grab those, put them over there or something like that, and press P for them. Okay, so we've done those. Nearly there, are we? we've got legs and shoes to do. Okay, so let's just finish this off, and then we'll finish off this video for this one, and then we'll in the next one we will model it in Substance Painter. So let's. It's frozen on me. Oh dear. Be kind. Right, sorry about that. Minor panic as it was doing something a bit funky. It's just do A there, tab in. It's got all the pieces now, but that's okay. Right, let's finish off. Let's do the legs. We'll just do the inside here. Really regret now not. So we're going to do the one at the front and the front there. Control E, mark seam. L L U, unwrap. I'm hoping that'll be easy. L R. That's going to be 180, isn't it? Take 180. Just grab it into position. Let's bring it up. Okay, just something like that. It's been a bit of a monkey actually. Pardon me. It's not quite the same, but we'll just W. There we go. Then we'll do remove doubles UV, and we'll just A that, and then grab it to the top. Press P. Okay, we'll just do Control S, save it quickly. That was the thing I should have remembered. Okay, and then we'll do these ones. LL, Shift H. Now again, we could hide the bottom pieces. I think what I'm going to do, quite simply, is do Edge Loop here. Let's go to Control 7 to take us to bottom view, and then what we'll do is I'm just going to select those ones and those ones. Same over here. Control E, mark seam there. And I think just because I'm really lazy now, I'm just going to do the top bits there. Yeah. That should give us a very good. So Control E, mark seam. Shift space, A, U, unwrap. I'm getting so tired of this now. I'm just tempted just to L. Grab that in there. Just Control L, W. That didn't work, did it? Sometimes you've got to be a little bit careful. W, remove doubles. B, Control L, W, remove doubles UV. You see sometimes it's joined them up. So just press shift space, and then just here I think you can see there. Just do 0.01. Yeah, just lower that down if they're joining up. There we go. It's okay. L, grab. Okay, what have we learned today? We've learned that you should do your unwrapping of mirrored objects. Okay, we're getting there now. And then that one L there, grab that, pull that over there. I'm not 100% sure I've got that right, to be honest with you. They could be around the other way, but these things are going to be the same colour, so I'm not going to really stress it. In fact, they've got to be the same colour now, really, whether I want it or not. There we go, something like that. W, remove doubles UV. Okay, right, and then we can just grab that lot, pop them down there and pin them. Okay, I think we might be there with all the mirrored objects. Gosh. So done that, done those, done the legs, done the head. Yeah, okay, the only thing that remains is the bobble. Pretty sure. Shift H. Pretty sure. Yes, I did remove that bottom piece. Again, I think just for speed's sake, that one there. Okay, that hasn't unwrapped nicely. Curiously, I thought I would unwrap a bit more friendly than that actually, but I'm giving up caring now. Control Z. Although actually, do you know what? I'm going to do that like that. Not you. Control E, mark seam. No, not those two. Control E, clear seam. Got around the wrong way. Brilliant. Sorry. Control E, clear seam. Oh, for goodness sakes, Richard. What are you doing? So, Alt right click, and then we'll just undo those ones, and then Alt Shift right click. There we go. Sorry about that. Mark seam. Actually, I can clear that one as well. Control E, clear seam. Right. Unwrap. Yay, there we go. There's nothing much we can do about that one. Right, that hasn't got any mirrors or anything, so we're good. Right, excuse me. Shift H. No, Alt H. Excuse me. There we go. Brings everything back. I think we've done the lot. Oh my goodness. That took a little bit of time. Unwrapping is never fun. I think it's fun. It's not fun. Okay, I just realised already. Look, I haven't put that in the centre. I put that in the wrong place. Should I change that? Yes, I should. So let's just do that. Control E, clear seam. Let's just do that again. If you just right click and then Control right click, it'll select up until that point, and then we can just do Control E, mark seam. That's okay for that one because it's not a mirrored object, so we'll go away with it. If it was one of the legs or something, we might have a bit more fun. Right, I'm going to stop. Unwrapping is complete. Thank you very, very much for watching. Hope that wasn't too dull. In the next one, we are going to actually start adding some textures to it, which should be fun and should be quick. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching. All the best. Bye bye.